Hello, everybody, and welcome to the eager Saturnalia tournament. My name is Freight Train, and co-casting with me today will be Verbalocity. How you doing, my friend?
Hello there. This is going to be the final hi-rez event before SWC. So a lot of things could happen here, Freight. On the one hand, this could be a fairly casual tournament where things go all out the window and everyone just burns off their collective steam before SWC gets here. Or, less likely, but what could happen is people could just be practicing and using it as like the most down-low incognito scrimming style that we ever potentially could see. So I'm very much looking forward to these games, not only early on in round one, but all the way through the tournament, because you never know what you're going to see. This is essentially wild card.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun matchup. All right, everybody, we're going to get ready to get started soon with the first matchup. It's going to be Idiots Featuring the Muppets versus Hot Like Water. But let's go ahead and remember, guys, to link your Twitch accounts down below. You can go ahead and take care of that. That will give you in-game rewards. But the bans are coming in, and it looked like Bakasura is going to be the first ban.
Yeah, get rid of that early jungle pressure. Bakasura, he does okay these days. He's always there. If you ever want to do a super big invade, Bakasura, one of the better people to pick up. Second ban will be put through, and it is going to be the Terra.
Freya.
Oh, sorry, Freya, excuse me.
Yeah.
And Freya, completely understandable. Freya, one of the better carries right now. If you don't ban it, you're going to either get it first pick or you're basically shooting yourself in the foot.
We see EU banning out the Freya a lot of the times, and that's typically, again, that hard magical AD carry role that once she gets to the late game, it just is annoying to deal with. So we have a Terra banned out as well, and then the Ao Kuang is also don't want to deal with that execute, and Ao Kuang is still a feature jungler. I mean, there's no question about it. He's annoying to deal with.
Yeah, in every ranked game, one of the things that you'll always get yelled at for not banning is the Ao Kuang because he is that darn strong. But moving into the first stage of picks, Thoth is going to be picked up immediately.
Not
Thoth
a big surprise.
Yeah, I mean, people have been on both sides of the fence with Thoth for a while now. Personally, I think he's perfectly viable, but he definitely demands a high level of mechanical skill. Naja, though, going to be picked up immediately in response. That is definitely going to be a bit of a nightmare for Thoth, considering he only has one escape ability.
Yeah, that's the point. I think they're trying to really hurt this Thoth. So the Naja Athena combination here is going to be really deadly to Thoth if he goes ahead and gets caught. So positioning is going to be a big factor. Can they go ahead and position correctly on this Thoth to make his range utilized? On the other side, it looks like they're going to go with a very early aggressive jungler themselves in the Thanatos pickup here. Now that's going to be the executes. Great. Yeah, I mean, I like the Thanatos pick.
Yeah, I like the fact that they're going with someone who can be powerful early to ward off any, okay, I'm Naja, you're Athena, let's dunk on this Thoth over and over and over again. Really hard to do when there's the Thanatos who can half health you in one ability lurking around the mid lane jungle. But Anhur is going to be picked up as well. That's going to be a nice amount of early pressure. There's a lot of early pressure coming out from this particular composition.
Yeah, then with the late game Thoth, the damage that he's going to be able to do later on is going to be pretty potent. But speaking of late game damage, you all of a sudden are going to have this Scylla rounded out with the pick. Now the banning phase is going to come through. Fafnir is going to get eliminated, so that support is going to be out of the way. I guess you don't want that course buff. Obviously, really, that's the main reason why you're going to get Fafnir. But Nike, we see her get banned. Maybe I thought she was going to maybe sneak through for.
Yeah, I was hoping Nike is allowed for this, and she is going to be allowed for Worlds as well. She was rushed out, so people are definitely going to be experimenting. People are debating whether or not to put her in the solo or the jungle, but Hades being banned out. Ooh, I guess either they really don't want to deal with it. Yeah, I guess I'm going to say I'm
MoGoW
on this one. This is very surprising.
Well, MoGoW on the other team is a Hades main. We all kind of once you see the rosters, once everyone sees the rosters, they might not recognize the name, but this is Elevate, aka, and MoGoW is on there. So banning the Hades is very much a respect ban. But Jingwei is going to get banned out, and then the counter pick for the ADC role is going to end up being the Rama. I love Rama, one of my favorite AD carries. We'll see how he's able to do versus his Anhur in the lane.
All right, what's your over/under on the montage pick immediately, Freight?
Under Marvels. Let's put it that way.
So, Hubwa being picked up. I like Hubwa. That's going to give the Athena a hard time if she dunks down, immediately going to get pulled up. Chaac going to be picked up for the solo lane,
this
win
is
lane, maybe lose game.
There's no real support on this team, though, right now. I'm really interested to see who's going to be running into the support role. And it could be. We'll see what they end up locking in the roles, but Odin is going to get locked in as well. This is going to be pretty deadly again. Only a couple of escapes for the team in blue. Now, they're going to have to worry about this ring if they can, but we'll see how this match ends up being taken out. Honestly, I think the Idiots Featuring Muppets. They have the experience. They have the well-known players. We'll see how that ends up taking them into the victory verb. Any final thoughts before we jump into this game?
Phantom is going to be something which either A, is going to be mandatory, or B, is not going to be picked, and we're going to have to see the Idiots Featuring Muppets play heavily around this Odin ring.
Well, again, guys, you might not know the exact team name because you're not familiar with it, but they're calling themselves the Idiots Featuring the Muppets today. I'll introduce the boys real quick. We have WorldEdit going to be on the top of mid. AllHailMuppets is going to be the jungler. He's the Thanatos there. Dardez is going to be, he's got the Watcher's gift, so I guess this is a support on her. That's going to be interesting to see. Then Jermain is going to be the AD carry on the Hebo, and MoGoW is going to be playing that Chaac in the solo lane.
I honestly would have thought it would have been Hobwa solo Chuck support, but okay, they're going to go with that. I can somewhat understand that, you know, very, very high pressure early on. You're going to be able to do the pillar stuns and set up easy water spouts, easy water cannons. So kill lane, kill lane, kill lane, kill lane is going to be the theme, at least for the first 10 minutes or so.
Well, let's see what the underdogs Hot Like Water can do. I'll introduce those guys real quick. We got Tidbit 1, 2, 3 on the Odin. Elliot on the Neja. Crimsic is going to be the Scylla in the mid lane. Zeldaroth is going to be the Athena and the support role. And then Lone will be the AD carry on that Rama. Again, let's see if these underdogs can pull something out. As the game gets started, typical farming going around. Wards being placed deep by the red team in the mid lane and over there by the blue side. Make sure there's no invades or anything going on. But seems like just standard starts.
Yeah, nothing really too shenanigansy. Although you would have thought, considering the early game pressure that Idiots Featuring Muppets could muster with the Hobwa knockups into the Anhur, into the Thanatos, they would have gone for an invade, but no, they'll prefer to keep things relatively safe and not sacrifice any kind of early advantage by dying, which is probably for the best.
Yeah, you don't want to really mess with it too much. Anytime you see Thanatos, you always have that invadable, question right there. But Elliot is going to take these fire elementals. He does able to get the solo experience, so nothing going to happen as far as the blue team. Muppets and WorldEdit going to end up getting these right-hand harpies as Elliot had to take the long way around.
We mentioned the early pressure from duo lane. Jermain and Dardez pushed all the way up the tower, although they will be repulsed a little bit. But every single lane in this game is having a right old skirmish right now. Yeah, multiple bits of poke. Basically, there's going to be no potions left before 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they're going pretty hard over here, but that's to be expected. You're an Anhur Hebo. You want to go ahead and try to get this early first blood, and you want to really shove these lanes in. I mean, with the Hebo, the knockup, then you have Dardez on the Anhur with the knockup, the Impale. A lot of different CC than you're used to, but hey, look, taunt into a shield wall still can do a lot of damage early on.
Yeah. But apart from those early aggressions in all of the lanes, I like the fact that both teams aren't going for, let's dive under the tower or let's try and get a pull. Yep. It looks like there's no wards. There's no wards. They don't see this coming. This might be first blood of the game.
Jump. Yeah, Jermain is going to get taunted. He'll take a little bit of damage. Now, all of a sudden, the rolling forward goes the Rama. He's going on top of Jermain, but on the back end, we have Dardez, and, well, it looks like Lone will get taken out or Lone takes out Jermain easily, and now it's just Dardez by himself, and Elliot barely escapes.
AllHailMuppets is going to see the low health Elliot, so he's going to be able to boost towards him and prioritize his target. Zeldaroth does have Taunt, and the scythe will not hit, which means Elliot could try and get out. WorldEdit going to try and move in using the dash. Is going to hit one hit of the first ability, but won't find anything. Ion has to decide if he wants to go for some poke or play things safe, pull things back. Don't give the enemy any more kills, but first blood will go to Hot Like Water.
Well, Thanatos, Muppets missing that Death Scythe really just turns the fight around. Otherwise, it's 1-1. Elliot able to go ahead and maneuver, juke that out. And then a great use of the artillery sash to sit there and not take any damage from the top. So he immunes the damage for a second, able to heal up with his 2. And then Elliot's back to farming, and he's in the game. So, yeah, a 1-0 lead by Hot Like Water.
Yeah, that kind of fast start. One, Idiots Featuring Muppets need to get some wards around this Gold Fury fast, because if they get taken out like that again, Gold Fury is going to be open in a very big way for Hot Like Water, because they have the traditional Guardian, plus a lot of burst between Odin, Dunk, if he decides to rotate over, plus the Ram, plus the Scylla, so that is very much an option if they win into the fight, although in the mid lane, swing and a miss by AllHailMuppets with the Thanatos. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he went down there. I guess they were trying for like the stun combination, just didn't really connect, nothing happening there, so back to farming they go. Speed buffs are up for both the junglers, but it looks like they're going to clear up the mid first while Red takes care of the speed. Then they'll go back there. Yeah, I mean, just the veteran team, they'll pick it back up. I feel like Idiots, they'll get it back together. I mean, one first blood kill, no wards. They are playing a Hebo on her lane, very aggressive, and they were way pushed up without any wards, as you mentioned. So they'll figure it all out before it's too late. But again, 4 minutes in the game. Let's take a quick peek, see if there are any leads going around. Brett, just at that 600 gold, and or 600 experience, and actually 252 gold. So, not really much gained off of that first blood so far.
Yeah, you would have thought maybe they would have been able to really get things rolling, but the fight extended for a little, or ideally in the situation they could have pulled back, but extended for a bit too long, and because of that, they aren't able to go, oh, let's go invade their jungle, so they had to be pulled back, and that's why the lead isn't as great as maybe they would have wanted.
Well, I mean, it just, again, shows first blood isn't the end of the world. A lot of teams, all of a sudden, they want to... There's a lot of F6 warriors that once they die, they want to go ahead and get out of the game. But giving up first blood isn't the end of the world. They will go ahead and share this red buff over here 3 ways while Dardez backs. That's just efficient XP sharing. WorldEdit hanging out in the mid lane. Everything seems to be going according to plan right now for them. I mean, I would like to see this Thanatos get online a little bit, as we do see some mid lane aggression.
Yep, it's going to be... mostly just kind of a posturing contest. There's been a lot of slap fighting everywhere. Solo lane, it's been a slap, like mid lane has been a slap fight with no real kills. It's mostly just been, hey, can we force the enemy back to get the farm that we want? Because for the most part, the plays are going to have to be made by the junglers. They have to try and get the pickoffs or the executes. Although, mid lane, Elliot is going to get impaled into the wall. Athena roll is going to be used, though. The root will be cleansed by Dardez. Muppets is going up. Can he find something? Yes, he will.
Oh, the Scylla ultimate does not connect right there. And here comes WorldEdit. He's going to dash forward, but the ring bounce will kind of make everyone spread and slow everyone just enough to keep them back. And WorldEdit's charging that ultimate. You can just hear, oh, that's the Thoth ulti being charged. You can hear it a mile away, but it does not look like he's going to pull the trigger on that one.
I hate it. I hate it, Frey. I hate the fact that you can
so
spam
loud.
it so much.
It's fun, though. I mean, it's all good and fun right there. So we're going to see as he didn't pull the trigger, and again, the mid lane Athena kind of by herself here versus 3 as Thanatos is kind of circling back around. They're just putting a lot of pressure on this tower under 6 minutes. It's already halfway dead.
Yeah, Idiots Featuring Muppets really want to invade the jungle. Look at the ward coverage right now. It's like the maps had a case of blue acne, just wards all over the water side of the jungle.
Yeah, I mean, and it shows on the graphs now, expanding themselves to about a 1,500 experience lead, and they've got themselves the gold lead, again, after giving up that first blood. So just doing superior farming, and that's what you expect out of a veteran team like these guys.
Tib is a bit low health, and the later and later on into this lane, there's going to be a point where Tib's going to have to decide, do I start rotating for these fights, or do I try and bully MoGoW out of lane? That second option is going to be quite hard, considering he's Chaac, and he is going to be going for the boots and most likely a protective item, although if he feels like he can bully Tib enough, he may try and go for the pen item instead. There's a lot of room to maneuver in that, so I'm very excited to see how MoGoW actually opts to build. But flipping over to the other side of the map here, Dardez getting very aggressive, going after Zeldaroth, but nothing really too big to be found off that, I imagine.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. Jungle invades seemed to be the name of the game. The red buff was getting ready to spawn, and that's what it looked like they wanted initially, but they're going to have to back up as the prize was not quite spawned just yet. So they will have to go ahead and go back to the duo lane and just farm back up while that red buff should go to Scylla here. I guess they're not going to go for it. They're going to clear up these mid lanes, but you would hope that Scylla can get this red buff because here come Dardez and Jermain one more time going straight for it.
Yep, they are trying for it. It's a 3-on-2. Now, that's a 3-on-3. If Rama rotates over to 4 versus 3, jump in by Dardez. He's going to look for a bit of poke. WorldEdit is there. Red buff is now going to be attempted by 4 members of Idiots Featuring Muppets. Can Hot Like Water actually secure it? No. Yep.
Yeah, invade successful. Can't do anything about that.
Yep, it's going to be a rotation. This time, though, by tips from the solo lane. MoGoW immediately follows up, though, to come assist. The cage is going to move but huge hit by WorldEdit. Up goes Thanatos. He's looking to claim the life of Crims. Yes, he will. He is going to get hit by the Naja. Silence used. There's Desert Fury. Dardez trying to pick up the kill. Shield by Tips going to stop him from getting taken out. That is going to be a 2-for-0 trade. And now even more pressure can be applied because the first tower of the game was just taken.
MoGoW's ultimate was even better than the it really allows Thanatos to get out of that scenario. MoGoW with a giant circle silence just knocked everyone up, able to get another kill off of that ulti as well. But you got to give credit to WorldEdit for hitting the big damage snipe. That allows the execute range right there. And bam, Thanatos, what is Dardez and WorldEdit are just trolling each other with this pillar. Oh, you got to love teammate bonding right there. That's quality teammate bonding, boys.
Yeah, well, that's one of the benefits to having someone who has that large range as a Thoth, is you can sit in the cage and realize, okay, I can't physically move out of this area. There's no phantom, and I don't have a jump.
But I don't
I'm
need
going
to
put the wall up.
Great.
I'm going to sit here and then just shoot someone a quarter of the way down the lane and almost kill them one hit and then set up my teammate. And Muppets is going to be able to make those kind of executions frequently, because look at the amount of people on Idiots Featuring Muppets that have huge chunking abilities. Anhur Impale, Hobwa, he has 3 ultimates, goddammit, and then Thoth as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree. The setup for Thanatos, at least getting these characters into execute range, is really good. Great pillar impale. The Elliot is forced to use purification, and again, you hear that charge going up and down. You never know when that trigger is going to get pulled. It's almost like a Neef ultimate where you just kneel down and you just go back and forth really fast, because you never know when you're going to charge it or shoot it out. It's just mind games.
Yeah, Muppets did walk over reward at the elemental pit, so nothing too big going to come of that. Fire Giant is going to be up in 30 seconds, but that's not really going to be under a big bit of contention. Tib will lock 2 people inside the cage. Muppet will go up. MoGoW is going to hit with the silence, but he can't get out of the cage. MoGoW will pick up the kill. Elliot is going to look for the chase. He will try and chase Muppets down. He is half health. He walks over the wall. Elliot knows he's there. He's going to look for the sash. He won't hit it and gets hit in the scythe in the face in response. Ion picks up Dardez off screen, and this is most likely going to be a dead Elliot because 2 other people just rotated.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing. Neja hits a great ultimate on Thoth, but it didn't really matter. WorldEdit had plenty of HP, was pretty much full when that ult came across, and then once you land, there's really nowhere to go, Neja, and there were 3 people waiting for you. So that's going to end up being a dead jungler. And now the lead is starting to climb a little bit here. Let's take a quick peek at what we're going on. This was a close game a couple minutes ago. Now we're up to the 6,800 experience and just under 3K, 2,600 gold to be exact. And it looks like this lead's going to continue to grow for Idiots Featuring Muppets as long as they keep up this pressure.
Yeah, we're rounding the corner into the mid-game here. And because of that, they really can start leaning on the big advantage of their composition, the early to mid-game pressure. They do huge amounts of damage, chunking people, and then picking up secures because they have things like Hubba and Thanatos. But Thanatos, though, is going to immediately just get burst down by Elliot with the help of his team, and Elliot gets the double kill.
He missed his depth scythe, so Muppets just pressed F6. He missed the depth side from like 2 feet away. He decides it's not worth it. My life is over, and F6 and WorldEdit is here to try to steal the Gold Fury. Can he get this? There's no Wrath. Oh, okay, they do get it.
Okay, I thought it was going to go for the steal. No one was actually looking at him, and now Idiots Featuring Muppets could try and go for a secure, at least on 2 people. They will get the 1. Can they find the 2nd? Naja is low. When he comes down, he is going to be at risk by MoGoW, who did rotate over. Dardez going to jump his way out. MoGoW looking to take out Naja. He will get it because he was slowed, and now Idiots Featuring Muppets might try and actually narrow up the gap that was created by that Gold Fury take.
Yeah, I gotta say, Crimsic a little bit off the mark. He's gonna be in execute range, but a little bit too far away. Everything should be fine as the rest of these teams. There shouldn't. Oh, MoGoW with the Sunder! MoGoW with the Sunder kill! What? Oh my goodness, he's hopping along. He's happy. I'm ecstatic for him. Sunder. I don't even know what I was going to say anymore, but Sunder.
Sunder. That's just excellent. You know, I like seeing these other relics popping up. You know, Sunder for the longest time was considered a troll item, but now it is a very legitimate pick if you just want to put on the pressure, you know. It does so much in a single ability, plus it allows you to finish people off, and because of that, they're going to pick up another kill, and now they're going to be looking to... Well, I imagine this tier 1 solo is going to be forfeit. MoGoW's pushing with no resistance, and he has minions.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is... Go on, do this.
I was going to say, this is the point in the game where Idiots is really taking over. I mean, 7-4 be the kills. They do give up that double, but still, they got to be feeling themselves. MoGoW is obviously happy after getting that kill with the Sunder, and they look to continue the aggression, just like I said, taking towers, and they should be able to even maybe siege this mid one a little bit.
Yeah, completely hit the nail on the head of what I was going to say. Keep things going. Dardez is going to get hit with the sash. MoGoW goes right over the wall, hits 2 people with the silence. He's looking to try and keep them back while Idiots Featuring Muppets were considering over the tower, but it's a bit dangerous considering they have minions to strip the backdoor protections. They're going to move back and just start clearing the jungle, starting with this speed buff.
Yeah, it was a good attempt. There just wasn't another... You know, Chaac is really the only tank they have on this lineup, so they couldn't really get through the tower and really tank the tower to try to grind it down. As the speed buff does get invaded, though, that's going to be on Dardez. Nice ultimate going to come out here. We'll see if the Scylla I'm a Monster can be timed. Oh, it's not timed correctly, and MoGoW is going to clean up Prismatic, and now Odin cleans up AllHailMuppets. We have a fight here by the jungle.
Yep, it's going to be the battle of zoning ultimates. Athena will be channeled, giving Tib some damage reduction. Comes down, but WorldEdit, nice use of the Sanctuary. But Jermain watches over Tib. He's down. He's not able to contribute to the fight. Zeldaroth going to be body blocked and pinned to the wall. Jermain gets the double. Surrender vote comes up again. I believe that's 2 surrender votes being attempted now by Heart Like Water. There's going to be a point where morale has to come in like, yo, guys, this sucks. Can we get out, please? How much is it tilt? How much is it legitimate? Like, can we get out,
You're
please?
only down 3,000. I mean, those type of plays, when anytime you miss an ability or you feel you drop the kill, you're always going to have those type of F6s. Again, you saw Thanatos earlier, but here comes man. Yeah, there's one Rama versus 4 members, and he's in the jungle, and it looks like Sanctuary is going to get popped.
Half health, soon to be no health. Thoth hurts, Frey, and it looks like Elliot might try and avenge his fallen comrade, but it's 4 versus 2. Very risky. Dardez almost tied to Scylla. But yeah, that's why you don't roam around the jungle when the jungle is no longer yours.
I mean, they got the blue wards there. I mean, there's obviously vision for blue team, but there's nothing for red. I don't know what you're doing as a Rama walking there trying to, like, near defend a tier 2. But, Jermain is going to get sashed and ulted. That's going to probably be his downfall, and it will be. Thanatos crashed down to go ahead and try to get the counter pick, but he's going for it into the mid lane. Can Elliot get out of this?
Nope, he's dead. Bye-bye. Nice knowing you. MoGoW is going to assist Muppets. He may look for a slow. WorldEdit comes in as well. Nice use of the slow off the dash. Tries to ult, but Muppets is just able to execute him immediately with the use of the silence. I like the fact that they're immediately going to follow up with this with the tower. That they don't even have minions immediately, but they can afford to wait and allow Odin to come back into lane. This tower is most likely going to be forfeit.
Well, MoGoW's relatively tanky. He's got a hide going. He's got a breastplate of valor. He's only got 1 stack on that hide, as it's, again, just 15 minutes in the game, but it's a good time. You'd think he's going to end up getting that stacked up pretty quickly. Easily by the 25-minute mark, he should have it. But over here on the right-hand side, WorldEdit is going to get put into the cage and taunted, and they are looking to smash him down. They do not want to deal with this damage, but he's still alive.
Yep, WorldEdit, literally 1 HP. Tib goes over the wall, but he will claim his life thanks to the Winions plus the ward showing him exactly where he needs to jump. Tib is most likely going to die here as well, but looks like I'll have to rescind what I said here, Freight. Tower is going to still be alive.
Yeah, I've said this before. When you're sieging a tower, you got to figure out whether you want to get the tower, do you want to get the kills, the 50-50, or, the non-existent commitment can be really detrimental. And AllHailMuppets is probably going to feel that under Marvels, as the montage reel is going to be off. But Elliot ends up getting that one up. I think that's AllHailMuppets hitting surrender again. You can just tell when these players are like, dang it, I messed up.
Oh no, Crimsic got knocked up, literally killed by 2 abilities. Dardez is off in the jungle trying to dual buff Iron Elliot at the same time. MoGoW will be taunted. They're just trying to move people off of the tower and buy time for the minions to get in and actually try and get this tower. Although it is arguable that they may be spending a little bit too much time here, there are other places where they could push up and grab. Maybe the Gold Fury. Gold Fury would be a pretty good thing to grab right now, but they'll go for the tier 2 tower instead and leave the Phoenix to be the first vulnerable Phoenix of the game. Tib is looking to go back in for it. No, he's going to just be a little bit harassy.
Yeah, I think this is just a veteran team feeling themselves a little bit. They understand that they have the lead and they know how to play with it. They also know what they can do to keep this momentum going if they want to have a little bit more fun and staying there. Gold Fury is definitely, I agree, they should be going for it. They should have it rewarded. 17 minutes in the game. These type of Gold Furies normally end up giving your team a big boost. But when we look at the XP graphs and we look at the direct matchups, there really is no reason because, I mean, look, MoGoW was 4 levels above his competition. Anhur, Dardez, who's the support Anhur with a Watcher's Gift Witchblade or Wingblade, is ahead or even with the Rama ADC. So, yeah, as the Gold Fury does get started by the red team...
He's second in the game in damage, goddammit. Hot Like Water will pick up the Gold Fury. They're looking to try and even up the XP and gold. Jermain will take out Tib, and the rest of Idiots Like Muppets are going to be looking to take out Hot Like Water as well. Gets hit for half his health, and Muppets still going to be going. Claims the life of Crimsic. Might look for some more. We'll pop the speed boost. Elliot is going to be able to get away from most of the damage. Meanwhile, it's going to be a Ram versus Thoth battle over by the tier 2 duo side. Never mind, it's going to be a dead Ram as Jermain once again wipes him off the map. Jermain is doing a lot of damage, not as much as I thought. It's only 8,000 on the graphs here, but still, this is a very chunky team.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But again, you see the issue without a real tank, they have to wait for MoGoW, and if they don't have any minions, so their tower pressure is a little bit lackluster. But now that Dardez is here, being the only ADC, he's not built like an ADC with any sort of pen. So their tower push is a little bit lackluster, but it doesn't even matter. They've already got all of them except for 2 down. They've got 3 Phoenixes to go. They're at just under 20 minutes. At some point in time, you're going to imagine they're going to get this Fire Giant and try to end.
Yeah. The game is firmly in their court right now. They absolutely could dictate wherever they want to go. They're going to strip the jungle clean like a plague of locusts, and Fire Giant is going to be the next big pick unless there's some sort of deicide onto Hot Like Water. Then Idiots Featuring Muppets could probably look to take out all the Phoenixes and maybe then go for Fire Giant, but looks like they'll go for actually option B. They're going to try and fight or at least pressure the mid-Phoenix freight.
Well, they're ahead. Yeah, again, why not utilize your experience boost? MoGoW going to have an ult that was all right, but Elliot's forced the dash out of the way. Oh, my goodness. The cage is just really use the zone and keep everyone out of trying to attack this Phoenix. But Dardez is thinking about half his HP. Thanatos had an ult away. Can they continue the pressure?
Elliot's been the whipping boy for these Thoth ultimates. Every time a Thoth ultimate is used, he's the one that gets half-helped by it. Every time without fail. Now it's going to be Hot Like Water trying to get a little bit aggressive outside of the Fiends, or at least try and buy themselves some space for everyone to regroup. There are 2 ultimates available, but it's the Rama and the Athena, so they don't have like an Odin cage or a Naja set up to actually go for a kill, but they could protect someone if need be. But this is going to be an attempt on the Phoenix, which didn't happen, but instead, Hot Like Water is now going to be moving as a pack. Might edit?
Oh, he
got away!
Yeah, that back was just in time. I was kind of watching him to see what he was going to do, but the speed buff, don't want to give it up. It looks like MoGoW and crew. MoGow's just going to jump on in, not really too worried. Cage, this is everything. Oh, Tib. Going to have to go ahead and get those a little bit better, but looks like, yeah, speed buff was taken. That's all they really wanted. No wards around the Fire Giant. Idiots are not even worried about FG. They have full control of this map, and it's not even with wards. It's just with being everywhere on the map.
Yeah, they are in a very dominant position here, you know. 18k XP, 6k gold, trying to increase that by trying to take out Tib. Even with a Spirit Robe,
Dardez has blink.
A decent bit. Oh my!
I just saw him blink forward and try to go for the old impale into the near the Phoenix. It's a pretty entertaining. Again, these guys are having a good time. And
hey, Frey.
Slow everybody. What's up?
Lone walks out of base, gets hit with Thoth, immediately has to walk back into base. Feels bad, man. Dardez is going to get hit for most of his health as well, but Lone going to look some revenge, trying to snipe Dardez. And the meditation it completely evaporates any kind of damage he just did. That's going to feel bad for him.
Oh, the knockback from the impale. MoGoW ends up also using his ultimate.
Crimsic
Tib is dead, and now the surrender boat has started. I don't know if they're going to go through. They still have a tower to the Blink Naja ultimate. They're going to come through. Is this going to end up being? No, not even close. MoGoW full HP. I don't really understand that ultimate on a level 20 Chaac while you're level 50. Again, the damage from WorldEdit to Elliot is unreal. He just keeps on having to run back to base, never able to get any farm.
Yeah. Now, this is the true power of the comp, you know. You're 22-8 ahead, absurd number of golden XP, and you're just chunking people basically on every ability that anyone casts that has any kind of damage to it. Phoenix will go down. Fire Giant is going to be the next target I imagine Muppets want to go for, unless they want to take out the final tower that Hot Like Water actually has. But do you think that Hot Like Water actually has a chance, Frey, of coming back into this? Yes, they are very far underleveled, you know. Level 13 Scylla, who's 0-7 versus a Thoth.
Yeah, the game has to go into the 35-40 minute mark if they really want to have a chance, and I just don't really feel that that's likely because, but let's be realistic. The only way to survive an early game deficit like this is just to bring it into late game. You have to be able to survive and just delay the time as far as you can. I don't think they're going to be able to get into that 35 to 40 minute mark where Scylla at level 14 might eventually hit 20 and become the, you know, the devastating mage that she is. I just feel like Jermain and Thoth, they're just too far ahead at this point to be able to do anything. And more than likely, this game is probably...
Oh, Elliot's body blocked by the pillar.
Yeah.
Oh, he has to sit there and take it. Burns the Windfire wheels to actually get out. That's going to be a big secure ultimate off the table. Now, Thanatos up in the air. Can he find something? He's going to find Tib, and he's going to use the Purification to try and get himself out of any precarious situation. He's going to juke the Scylla. Oh, then it deletes Tib and almost takes out Scylla. Dardez picks up the kill. Idiots Featuring Muppets absolutely are going to go for the jugular here. At least another Phoenix is sacrificed, and might be the Titan as well, right?
Well, they don't still have this tower down on the right-hand side. The minions are going to probably get that. Dardez cleans up 1, 2 Phoenixes remaining still up. They can't get the right one just quite yet. But they're going to go for the Titan, 9,500 HP. Here they go. Are they going to end it, or are they going to go for the kills? It looks like they're kind of unsure whether they want to farm kills or end the game.
Yeah, this would be, you'd imagine they're able to end this rather fast, but they're having a little bit of difficulty. Elliot gonna dive the Muppets, try to pick up the kill. WorldEdit deletes lone in his fountain, you know, casually. They just need to end right now. I understand, yeah, this is a bit somewhat a casual game. It's 27-8 pad experience, but this could backfire horribly if the rest of the team actually gets back in time from respawn.
Yeah, but again, I think this is the one throw that they're allowed to have because they are so far leveled. Is you can see they're grouped up. They don't really have the mini pressure in any sort of lane yet. But Tim is going to
double kill,
double by jumping over. And now WorldEdit is just stuck in the cage.
Yeah, this is what I was scared of happening. If you don't make a decisive call and exist in the enemy base too long, this happens. The enemy team respawns, they've just bought their items, they're full health and full mana, and they're out to murder you. Dardez will be forced to use Desert Fury to try and get away. Tibbs is chasing him like a lion looking for its meat. He does have speed, and he's taunting. He's spamming as he runs. Run, little lion, run! You can make it! He actually will sponge most of the damage, but he will go down. Tank build can only take you so far when you're like 200 HP.
Yeah, he just was running around with that speed buff, was almost going to get out of there, but sadly that speed buff ends up running out. And now it looks like the red team's going to try for this Fire Giant. Oh, this PvP or PvE monster takes out Tib with a little help from MoGoW. Oh man, that's just got to be devastating. You had a chance for the FG to maybe, if there was a way to come back, it's by getting the FG and again delaying the game for another 10 minutes, but unable to secure it. Just poor job of tanking the Fire Giant in. Well, the PvE monster takes another one.
So, Frey, I don't want to inflict commentators' curse, but I'm going to do this anyway. If Idiots Featuring Muppets lose this next fight, the Fire Giant, this might be the biggest throw I've seen in, like, the past week.
Oh, week? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, this is, you know, they call it the the game of throws, man. Come on, it's there for a reason.
Jermain spelunking. Is he going to backdoor, or is he just looking for picks?
I think he's just kind of, I think he wanted to see if the speed buff was up, but it's already down. So now Thanatos is gathering. They should, with him and Thanatos here, they should be able to get something. Yeah, Thanatos is going to ult. They're going to go for some sort of stun ult combination, but they're just running away. And I don't know if Thanatos is actually going to be able to catch anything. Oh, actually gets Elliot. Oh, poor Elliot has just been a feature of so many plays.
And with the help of his teammate, Soul Reaver proc from WorldEdit is just going to delete Elliot off of the map. AllHailMuppets tries for the signs, one of the thing. Final Judgment being charged. He looks for it. He will pick up a AllHailMuppets, picks up the kill. Anyway, it looks like what Elliot was trying to get the kill steal there. I can understand. Muppets are absolutely going to be feeling themselves. At least this middle Phoenix is going to go down. Dardez just casually takes out Lone off screen. And yeah, this is going to be at least 2 Phoenixes dead. Middle one is just come back from respawning. It's going to go down immediately. This left one is just getting burned down from full. Now's the time where Idiots Featuring Muppets probably want to end, because if they go down again, Fire Giant will be forfeit.
Yeah, then this is the opportunity where if they do mess this up, there's a good chance for maybe some comeback potential. But again, with 3 members down, 5 seconds till Elliot, they don't really have that much of an issue. 2 Phoenixes, 8,000 HP is the Titan. They're going for it pretty hard. MoGoW is kind of messing around with Tib over here, but Dardez is at least on top of the Titan. 6,700 HP. Jermain finds a kill on the left-hand side. Crimsic is going for an ulti, will do some damage, but it doesn't matter. Jermain still picks up the double. He's going to get taunted. The game still hasn't ended. The Titan's at 5,000 HP. And
please don't leash Titan. The last thing you want to go. Zeldaroth picks him up. Lone gets the snipe onto Jermain. This match has gone on for arguably a bit too long. Please just end this, Muppets. Okay, they'll get another kill. Okay. So I imagine the KD spread's gonna look pretty good for Muppets, just to say the least, right? After that one.
All right, we have a little bit of taunting, a little bit of laughing going on. It's all right. Idiots Featuring Muppets again. The veteran squad, you kind of expected them to move on here just based on the roster and based on the people that they're playing, but they will go ahead and move on to the next round. That's going to do it for me and Verb for this very first round game, guys. So again, stay tuned for the rest of the tournament. We have a lot of games to go. Me and Verb are going to take a quick short break, and we are going to be right back with round number 2. So stay tuned.